Scary statistics when it comes to women's brain health. 70% of new Alzheimer's sufferers will be women, and we don't know why. For every man suffering from dementia, depression, or stroke, you can add 2 women. Yet a lot of treatments are based on research conducted on male brains. Here with more, Lynn Posluns, founder and president of the Women's Brain Health Initiative. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this morning. First of all, tell us what the Women's Brain Health Initiative is.
Okay. Well, as you said, the statistics are frightening for women. Women appear to be more susceptible to brain aging diseases than men, but research today still focuses on men. In fact, at the grassroots level of research, where they study the lab rat behavior, it's the male rat that's studied because the hormones in the female make it too complex.
Right.
So because I'm at that stage where I can't remember why I walked into the room, when I heard those statistics, I felt like I could do something about it. So I founded the Women's Brain Health Initiative really to do 2 things. One was to level that research playing field. In other words, top up research funding so that scientists do take women into account when they study aging brain. And the second thing is to educate people about what they can do to stay brain healthy longer. What most people don't realize is that the majority of dementia cases are lifestyle related, not because of a genetic predisposition.
Right.
So instead of looking at Alzheimer's and other brain aging diseases as old people diseases, what can I do when I'm younger that's going to mean a healthier outcome for when I'm older in terms of brain health?
And as anybody who has ever had their lives touched in some way by Alzheimer's or dementia, it is awful to watch somebody go through that. I know my grandmother had Alzheimer's. So what can we do, I guess, when we're younger to help prevent these diseases?
Right. So ironically, if you think of the acronym MENS, M-E-N-S, mental stimulation, it's very important to exercise your brain like it's a muscle. So doing things like crossword puzzles, if you're right-handed, brushing your teeth with your left hand, it helps create new neurons in the brain, that's good. Learning a second language, tango dancing, all that's good for the brain. The second thing would be exercise. So it helps with blood flow and oxygen to the brain, that's also very beneficial. The third thing would be nutrition. What's good for your heart's good for your brain, so think of the Mediterranean style diet, omega-3s, low-fat proteins, fruits, vegetables, that kind of thing. Olive oil is good for the brain. Some red wine, not a bottle, but some. Chocolate's actually good because of the antioxidants. And the last thing would be social engagement. A lot of people, when they start to forget things, they withdraw and they isolate themselves. That can lead to depression, which is also bad for your cognition. So stay engaged, do what you love with who you love to do it with. So men's.
Men's. Yeah, and when I told you about my grandmother, I mean, we talked about that people do tend to retreat. So, and that's where sort of family support can perhaps come into play. Can you tell us about your Mind Over Matter cross-country tour?
Yeah. So thanks to the sponsor that we had for this, which was Deloitte, the accounting company, we were able to go across the country. We are a national charity, so it's really important for us to tell the story and raise awareness everywhere from coast to coast, and so that's why I'm actually here in Calgary.
And tell us about this. I'm wearing this Hope Not Here, and we have one there. What is this?
So this is the symbol of our charity. It's to remind us that everything that we do and to stay engaged, it's important to have strong cognition. So it's to represent the 2 lobes of the brain, and it looks quite complex as the brain is, and it's called a hope not. Will you forget? We hope not.
Is this helping change the tide? I mean, when I hear that women are more susceptible to these diseases, yet most of the research is done on men, I think that's ridiculous. Is the tide changing?
Yes, because we are raising awareness, and because women and men, a lot of men have women in their lives that are affected by these diseases, are saying, you know, research needs to take both sexes into account. And by studying brains separately between the sexes, you're going to learn interesting things about male brains like you do about women's brains. Same way they recognized 20 years ago a man's heart attack was different than a woman's heart attack, and for a healthier outcome for both, they had to look at them separately. We're saying the same thing for the brain.
Well, this is so timely. We have an aging population. We need to be paying attention to this. How can people find out more information and get involved?
Really through our website, womensbrainhealth.org.
Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Lynn.
you.
Very nice to meet you.